All looks good so far. Sorry we're starting a little bit late tonight. Had technical difficulties. Capture device decided to conk out right before I hit the start streaming button. It happens. It seems to be working now. Hopefully it'll be continue to work and get some Final Fantasy XI going. It is... Always forget the date. Try that again. Always forget the date. Today is Thursday, August 20th, 2015. We're still playing Final Fantasy XI. Last night we finished up the Treasures of Ut-Ergen campaign, as you can see by my... can't really say it too well. The Glory Crown. If I was using a real keyboard, I'd be able to zoom in on the face and you'd be able to see it in all its glory, but not impressive. Sorry to everyone who's won it back in the day and really was a mark of accomplishment. I did not pick up a ring. I haven't researched which one I want yet. That's all I have to say to that. Once I figure out what it is that I want, then, you know, I'll go back and get it. I think I can go back and get it. Watch something silly like I screwed myself out of getting it for all time. I don't think Square Enix would do that. Not with all the player updates they've done over the years. But anyways, so what are we going to do tonight? Well, tonight we're going to do the same thing we start every night with, and that's our Unity accolades. I'm just going to switch over to Corsair with a little bit of luck. A lot of luck. We'll actually ding 75 on Corsair tonight. I don't expect that to happen. Be neat if it does, but again, I don't expect it to happen. It'll probably be tomorrow night that we get 75 on Corsair, but hey, if it happens tonight, awesome. We get to start Scholar a day early. Scholar's a great job. I'm just not a mage class, so I'm not a mage player. Oh. I mean, I've got other mage jobs level to 75. White mage, black mage, red mage. Does blue mage count? It doesn't really matter. I level all my mage jobs the same way I level all my melee jobs. I hit stuff in the face. What I like. I also need to pick up Signet. Wouldn't be too hard. Instead of running across the zone, we're going to take a shortcut. Go to another home point in the current region of Northern Sandoria by the entrance. Yes, please. Hey, and it's free. Turn around. Just gonna check the vendor real quick, see if they got any trash that I can sell off here. Hey, look, it's Starkring. Probably AFK. He always cheers me on whenever he sees me, so I always cheer him on. Just cuz. Alright, we don't need that 2-leaf Mandragora bud. We will probably get another one within 5 minutes. I would sell these Mets plus 1, never gonna use them again, but Miuyo made these and she's got her name on them, so yeah. Props to you, Miuyo. Ooh, don't sell the white butterfly. Not yet. I'm just in light. Oh, it's Murmur. Okay. Alright. Pass Signet. Come on. Faster, pussycat. Every time I see this Corsair body piece, I think General George Washington. Not that General George Washington was a pirate. Maybe he was. No, it's the wrong spot. Rise of the Zalart, Labyrinth of Onzozo, using the tabs. Thank you very much. So what are we going to do tonight? Well, as you can probably tell by the picture above my head, I decided we're going to do the Wings of the Goddess missions. And let me explain why. It wasn't my initial choice. I mean, we just spent the past few nights doing Treasures of Argon, and that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I've heard great things about Wings of the Gods. Again, it's one of those that I started back on Dent back when it was new. Got all the way to however far they released it in the initial launch of the game, and then got sidetracked and bored, and I think I started playing WoW again after that. My MMO career keeps going back and forth between different games. Well, it keeps always coming back to Final Fantasy 11. I'll go and play another MMO for a month or a year. I'm looking for pirate. Multitasking fail. I don't have a trust in peace macro in this one yet. Not that you need one. I can multitask. I just choose not to because I see multitasking as doing two things poorly at the same time. So why are you streaming? Don't ask. As you can tell, probably streaming poorly too. Alright, got Halber, Burris Coffin, and we need Aldo. No, really, we need Aldo for the Unity Accolade. We only need him for 10 kills. You can drop them afterwards and pick someone else up. But, ooh, and the XP ring. Because it wore off. First band. Cool. Because you can never have too much XP. Alright. You're going to tell me that I don't need to be doing all of the Wings of the Goddess missions to continue with the Rhapsodies of Vana'diel. You only need to go so far to meet Lisette, and then you can continue on. But there is an achievement for the Xbox for finishing Wings of the Goddess. And we are planning on getting that achievement, so might as well do it sooner as opposed to later. Now you gotta get it done. You're gonna get some done. It's gonna take longer to do it. Well, it might take longer to do it this way. Might not. The downside is the XP bonuses that you get from finishing the Rhapsodies of Vana'diel missions and some other stuff. You know, it's going to get pushed off. It's going to affect this because this is the only time I ever do leveling. First 30 minutes, getting the ROE quest taken care of. And really, you know, sure, another 90% bonus XP is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, 90% bonus XP is nothing to sneeze at. Especially when it's on all the time. Speaking of on all the time, is there anyone else in here? Ooh, level 62 Paladin. Probably leveling on my mobs. Excuse me, Mr. Bird. Even if he is leveling on my mobs, I won't be in here long. Oh, cool. A little loud. Y'all tell me if it's too loud and you can't hear me. Alright. Config, macros. You're like, Corsair roll. And I was like, yeah, I know, but music. What the hell am I doing? Under config. Gameplay. Music set max. Because the Summerfest music is just that much difficult to hear. Alright, Corsair roll, quick. It's a 2. 2 sucks. There's another 2. 2 really sucks. I mean, come on. You can do better. I've seen you do better. Alright, that gets us up to an 8. We're gonna leave it after that. Pulling. So Wings of the Goddess is a little different, if I remember correctly. You do some missions, and then you have to do a nation quest, and then you do some more nations, and then you do some more nation quest. May not be that way, or may not be the way I remember it. You might just be able to go straight and do all the missions. No big deal otherwise. But I'm not terribly worried if you have to do some extra quests, and we'll do some extra quests and enjoy more cutscenes. Y'all enjoy the cutscenes, don't you? With no spoken dialogue except for my bad impressions of female Taru voices. Maybe, maybe not. And here we go. Cool. Something else I was going to mention. It'll come to me. I'm in XP zone mode right now, where it's just like, it's not important. So, Wings of the Goddess. What are we gonna do after Wings of the Goddess? Are we gonna pet the kitty? Obviously. Alright. We're gonna pull this sea monk. How close are we to 75? One of those things that everyone should know. How many XP till 75? Doing the math in my head. 12. A little less than 15k. A little bit less. It's almost nearly 15k. And since these mobs are dropping less than 1,000 XP a kill now, because they're practically super easy, and it's probably going to take close to 30 kills. Maybe a little bit more than 30. Well, no, because you do get bonuses for, you know, doing the ROEs, so we'll see. It may take less than 30. Nice if it takes less than 30. Aldo's gonna stick it from behind, and yet still doesn't manage to pull hay. The white mage did. The thing back in Dunes parties. Anyone who played the game back in the day remembers Dunes parties. It was where we usually went the first time to get our jobs from level 10 to level 20-ish, maybe 19. It was, you would meet people that knew what they were doing and then were awesome at it, and you would also run into people that this was their very first job. They started the game less than a week ago and basically knew how to panic. Especially those that were on White Mage for the very first time. White Mage was not my first job, and I give props to anybody that started this game on White Mage. You do get parties faster. You also have a lot more downtime because you're waiting for help, res. I didn't set my home point. That was my big myth. Was people, tanks, healers, jobs that would slow down the XP if you died. They wouldn't set their home points in the dunes because they wanted to keep their home point in town so that when the party was over, you could just blood warp, use a warp scroll, and be back home. I understand that. I mean, yeah, that's very convenient. But trading the fact that it's the dunes, it happens in the dunes. Let me attack this miner here. Yay, we got a silver ingot. Yeah, anyway, it's the dunes. Shit happens in the dunes. We got another. That was a 7. And we would spend sometimes close to an hour trying to find someone that could res this damn white mage. It wasn't that great of a white mage. I didn't even have a sub job yet. And just slowing down the XP. Me, I always set home point in the dunes and would walk home, or at least walk back to the chocobo, do it at the crags in the next zone, and then take that back. It wasn't that slow. I had this one bad party. They pulled leech, and I mean, leeches are okay, but most people aren't optimized to deal with them. You have piercing weapons, it's awesome. Dragoons, great. You got 3 monks in the party, it's going to be painful. It's, you know, just the way it is. It was painful. And I don't think we had enough MP on the healer at the time. But we were partying at the outpost. That's where my tank died. And I could see it getting ready to go bad. Bad at the time. I was tanking. I don't know if I mentioned that. I apologize. So it was like 5 feet away. So what do? I hit the blood warp button, take the XP loss, which was massive back in those days. Well, it's still below level 20, so it couldn't have been that bad. Maybe 1 kill at the most. And people were already typing, wait, no, you didn't have the blood warp, I could have gotten you a raise. And it was suddenly, hey, I'm back in the party, hit and provoke with full health. And I got XP for that kill. No weakened status. And that's just the way to do it. Of course, we had to wait for the white mage to rest up MP afterwards, but that's still faster than waiting for your tank to get unweakened. But I don't like to do random parties anymore, even in this game. Especially in this game. The last one I did left a poor taste in my mouth. Dunes party, even. It's coincidental that it was a Dunes party. It could have happened anywhere. There were 2 white mages in the party. I was one of them. I did not think that we needed 2. The other white mage was not up to par to do all the healing herself. And she was on Elven. It was a level synced party. She was in mostly AF gear, and I don't think that the stats on her gear were going down with the level syncing. So it was basically a level 15 naked Elven with no MP. She had great minds, so her gears that she did cast were quite powerful, and all 2 of them. Sorry. And she needed backup. So I was the backup. I was on Taru, and at those times, I always stacked plus MP gear. I forgot to hit the range attack button. Am I out of bullets? Nope, not yet. The idea being I could probably get a good 2, sometimes 3, sometimes even 4 if we go for, you know, toughs and very tough mobs, without having to stop and heal. Just keep the XP rolling. But as it was, the idea was sound. One player rests for MP while the other does the healing. Still leaves you with 4 folks to kill the mobs, as opposed to 5. We had a ninja tank, and he was tanking by himself. He was decent. I'm not going to give him any grief. And that left 2 rangers, a dark, and somebody else. Doing my math in my head. Yeah, I remember it was somebody else. We had the one ranger, he was running out, pulling, doing his job. The other ranger stayed at camp. Get back to him. Our healer, the other healer, the Elven, she would get her 2-3 cures off on the ninja, and the ninja really doesn't. The ninja tanking kinda defeats the purpose of needing a healer. You could get like a red mage or something like that, because they're not supposed to be taking damage with shadows. But before level 37, I think, yes, it was 37, you don't get Utsumi Ni until 37. And you've only got the 3 shadows with a fairly long recast timer on it. Ideally, if you're going to do a ninja tank in the dunes, you wanted 2 ninjas, so that one could vote while the other shadows were down, and then when that one's shadows were down, the other would vote off of them, and they would keep trading hate. And they're dual wielding ninjas, even though if you're building an invasion gear, can still do fairly decent DPS wise. It isn't until the 40s that you really want to start focusing. This is all old stuff. It doesn't apply anymore, so it probably doesn't apply anymore. Everybody's solos. But I get distracted. It was in the 40s that ninjas wanted to start increasing their DPS so they could actually hold hate with DPS in addition to the provoke and Utsumi magic. Digressing again. We had 2 rangers. They should have just been throwing gil at these mobs and getting massive amounts of XP, but as it was, our ninja guy with his shadows was just taking too long to kill, and I'd never used DPS parsers. I just looked around and, judged who was getting hate, who wasn't, who was doing their job, who was standing the wrong way, AFK, and it was that second ranger. And I understand stuff happens, you gotta go to the bathroom, emergencies, things, tell us ahead of time. And he just stepped away, didn't say anything, and went on for an hour. And it's one of my pet peeves, leeches. The XP wasn't great. We were probably getting maybe 3 to 4k an hour, which is bad. And it was frustrating work because the other Elven was just always out. I felt like I was up 100% of the time, saving everybody. And easy fix, the guy that's AFK, he's going to take residual damage. He's going to get poisoned because we're pulling flies. Don't heal him. I have no problem with that. But you forget there's another healer, and she'll heal him. And he gets down to red, and instead of tossing a cure at the tank, she'll make sure that he doesn't go down, because you don't want your DPS going down, because that slows down the DPS. Forgetting the fact that you're not engaging the mob, you're not DPSing, so therefore should get taken off the cure rotations. He never dropped. So I finally gave him a, this is going to be my last pull, guys. I told him straight up, I have a pet peeve. I don't like it when people AFK and get XP. That's just it, And they all started, but we're so close to leveling, and this, and blah blah that, and we're like, tough. And as soon as we finished that kill, it was enough XP for this AFK guy to level up. And suddenly he came back saying, sorry, I was on the phone with my bank. They're trying to blah, he forgot a payment or something like that, and he was trying to talk his way out of it. And I'm like, that's awesome. I'm glad you're back. Good luck finding another healer, because I think the one that I'm leaving you with isn't going to cut it. Yeah, it's not like I left them completely high and dry. If they had kicked that one ranger, gotten another DPS, and then gotten another DPS in my spot, chances are those 2 or 3 cures that the Naked Elven would have been able to get off would have been more than enough to take care of the ninja, because the ninja was adequate. The ninja was the one that was most pissed with me. He was like, I'm only 12k away from leveling up. He was, I think, in his 60s or something like that, fighting in the dunes, not getting skill ups. And I'm all like, I feel for you, but you know what? This is not the reason why I play this game. And he's all like, that's that. We did a little bit of static grouping, but that was my last pickup party. I didn't respond to looking for groups. I never put my looking for group flag up after that, and it was just I'm gonna level with friends. If friends were in a pickup group and they needed a spot and they invited me, then yeah, I'll do that. But as opposed to just random people on the street that I don't know, never did that again. That was a long time ago. Probably 2011? Oh. No, it would have been longer than that, because that was back when we were on Glory's party. Might have been 2007. Wow. So do I miss pickup groups? No, I don't. There was a time it was great. Some great parties, not always in the dunes. I met some of my best friends through pickup groups. And if you don't know anybody, then, you know, that's how you gotta start until we all started. But it just reaches a point where you know that you could be doing better by yourself than you could be with others. And when that happens consistently, then it's all, what's the point? It was around that time Square Enix started having their changes. They knew the game was slowing down. They started slowly making adjustments. If you did not have a party of 6, 5 or less with Signet on, you got an XP bonus. Not great XP bonus. It didn't. I mean, more times than not, if you were a party of 6 and you were fighting incredibly toughs and getting XP chains going and stuff like that, yeah, you were still going to do better than a party of 5 fighting, you know, other things. Have I leveled up yet? Hey, look at that, we're 75. Ding. Yeah, run up to the mob and stab it first. Hey, Corsair Pirate Hat. I should be more excited. Level 75 Pirate. Oh, the link show. Chances are they don't care. Because it's a 75 job, not a 99 job. But it's still important to me. I think we still need to kill some more Aquans. Yeah, about 4 more of those. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, pickup parties. You don't need pickup parties anymore. You don't lose experience if you die in the first 30 levels, I've been told. You got your trust NPCs to tank and heal and keep it going. Easy prey mobs give you so much experience points now that there's no real reason. I mean, yeah, you can still fight the incredibly tough stuff and get really good XP. But you don't need to. I mean, I'm fighting easy prey, getting 500 plus XP a kill, and it takes... I haven't timed it, but it takes roughly about 10 seconds to kill one of these things. In crap gear. That doesn't make me a better player. I mean, that makes me a pretty crappy player, honestly. But, you know, I made a choice to do this on the cheap. Since I am doing it solo, it's not really hurting anybody else. And the purpose is just to get the jobs up to level 75. Maybe one day I'll take them all to 99 and then I'll really start to focus on their gear. But in the meantime, this is all just random stuff that dropped while farming Dynamis coins. Or other stuff that dropped when I was trying to get stuff from Monk. There's a lot of stuff that dropped while I was waiting for stuff to drop from Monk. I need to stop killing the goblins. I need to focus on the Aquan so we can get out of here and focus on the stuff we were here for. So this will be the last goblin I pull. Might accidentally AoE aggro one because we got Mr. Gilgamesh in the party. It happens. Even the bouncers don't give XP anymore. So sad. One more Aquan ought to do it. After we dance. And shoot. Like a Quentin Tarantino movie. Well, no. That's not accurate at all. Make it a little accurate. There's not dancing and shooting in all his movies, I think. Alrighty! That should have been the 20th Aquan killed. Yep. And we are exactly halfway to vanquish multiple enemies, but we're not going to kill another 100 mobs just so we can get 500 XP. 5,000 XP, I think? Yeah, I think it's 5,000. But instead of using our teleport ring, we're going to walk out and go to Mahora, where we can get our next achievement. I know, you're saying the teleport, or you can, you know, home point to a crystal, then use the next crystal to get to Mahora, and that's faster, and you'd be right, it would be. And this isn't necessarily a cheap thing. I mean, it is a cheap thing. I like to save gil, all 200 gil of it. But every now and then, you get lucky. I was running across Buburimu Peninsula. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. And you always want to just flash the what you call it on your map, wide range, yeah, wide scan, and just look over the stuff real quick just to make sure that you don't see a notorious monster's name on here, because I'm running into a wall. I'm aware of that. I'm just, you know, following my own advice for the moment. So we're fine. Did that once, and I didn't come across a notorious monster in Buburimu, but I did come across something I hadn't seen before, so I locked onto that. And it was one of the things that you need to pick up when the Mughals send their powers out left and right to random spots throughout the world. I got to pick up one of those and gave you a free XP ring, a pretty decent XP ring, if I remember correctly. And it's only the second time that I've picked one up on this particular tune. I know players that have never picked one up. It's pretty rare. In fact, I've gotten two. It's just luck. No skill involved, just luck. Well, unless you call being cheap a skill. If you really want to be cheap and you want to do it right, then yeah, probably some skill involved. But more, I want to say voodoo, but it's not. Well, kind of voodoo. That's Chinese. It's more discipline. I'm not a very disciplined individual, too. So stick with the things that you can do. We're gonna do a wide scan. I don't even think, yeah, there won't even be one right now because we got Moogle powers up. Moogle powers up. But I am just checking to make sure that there isn't anything else that's lucrative. Mahara's not that far away. And yeah, so what were we talking about? Dunes parties. There were folks that used to party in this zone too. This was kind of like the dunes for people that came from Windhurst, but there just weren't enough people from Windhurst showing up here to XP. I think they would usually go to the maze of Chakrami, because the mobs in there were just a little bit easier to kill, especially the worms. Oh my god. Like, no defense whatsoever. You get close to enough of them. You get close enough to them and they won't cast their magic spells. That's the only time they're dangerous. When you're casting magic. Well, it's the time. That's the only time I ever found them dangerous, and even that's debatable. Come on, Cindy. Time's a waste. Not those XP rings. Nothing to joke at. Even though XP now is like, it's kind of a joke. There were folks talking about getting 8,000 XP a kill off mobs that weren't terribly difficult. That was without the XP chain. Once they got the XP chain going, it was like 12k. I was like, well, and that's something. But again, I'm not too terribly worried about getting all the jobs to 99. I think it's just one of those things that if you remain disciplined and stick to it just 30 minutes a day, you'll get there. I never did anything special with Corsair. I think I'm using mostly the same gear that I started out with around level 30. Well, started out level 1, but got it most of the jobs up to 30 the same way and then left them alone. Wasn't until recently that I started focusing on getting everything up to 75. I love this sound. Alright, so that's over. I'll worry about doing Corsair tomorrow. I'll probably, not Corsair, sorry. I'll worry about doing Scholar tomorrow. Let's see. That job is probably level 30 as well. Scholar's 37. That's quite a bit higher than I remember it. This is how cheap we are. Change jobs. Support job. Black Mage. And yes, I have enough MP to work myself. Now here's the question though. Where did we last set our home point? Better be Sandoria. I'm just saying. Yay! That was always my joke on Dent, because Dent's main job, even though he was level 75 monk back when 75 was the captain, he had no other level 75 jobs because he didn't want to be any other 75 jobs. Black Mage was the closest, and that wasn't by choice. But he was mostly a fisherman. That's how we funded everything in this game, was through the collection and distribution of fish. Very slow process. Fished up all 10,000 moat carps to get the Lusheng's rod. Took. I never timed it. Seemed like it took years, but when I look back on it, I think it probably took at most 18 months. Because we did that rather disciplined too. When everyone else was out XPing and making money, we were down there at Nightwell. Excuse me. Just fishing up moat carps. You could get about, well, they changed it up a lot to a point where you could only fish up about 200 a day, and then fishing fatigue, excuse me, would set in and that kind of thing. And so we would get our 200 a day. Leveled up cooking so that you could make your own insect paste. It was, you know, a routine. Usually did it at night before going to bed. Remember listening to a lot of Charlie Rose, but that's just taking too much time down memory lane. I'm going to put the Corsair gear back in storage. Select an area, small garden. So, Dent's home point had to deal with where the big money was. And at the time, for him, it was in Sea Serpent's Grotto. Fishing up Grimmonites, not the cone calamari, but the other stuff that you turn into black ink. I'd be able to remember it. Anyway, all the fish that he got there went to the auction house. Grimmonites were the big ones. They sell for like 3K a pop rather quickly too. But you only have 7 auction house slots, you say. Right, but Dent also had 9 mules. So for $9 extra a month, you get a total of 70 auction house slots. Then I started getting other accounts and pushed it all the way up there. And you could quite literally flood the market, which, if you did that nowadays, it would be bad because there's only 2 or 3 people using the auction house to buy anything. That's an exaggeration, but not by much. Back then, it was, yeah, it might take a couple days to sell, and sometimes it took less than 24 hours, and by the time that you went back out to do some more fishing, you had all 70 auction house slots freed. I am looking for this. Storage slip number 6. So we're going to put the Commodore stuff there. And more stuff there. There. And finally the hat. Works. 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. Now, there's another storage slip for fun gear, bikinis and swimsuits, that kind of stuff. I think I have it. One piece of scenario reward. Might be that one. That's the damage relic gear. It probably won't work, but it's worth a shot because I bought a lot more swimsuits than I remember buying. So let's see. Try that one, that one, that one. Why not? I don't know if there's any difference between the two. Probably gonna regret it. I usually regret it. I'll try the Kate Sith cap. You gonna take any of it? 4 pieces. Okay, 4 out of 7 is not bad. That's 4 extra slots that you did not have before. New house, smoke stack. Okay. Going down to 61. We got some stuff that we can sell. I'm not gonna sell to this guy because He keeps too much gil. Oh, wait. Flotsam. Almost forgot about it. Usually it's crap. This time it was crap. Whence I came. Alright, so now gonna go Port Sandoria. Taking care of all my in-house stuff done now while I'm thinking about it. Or in-town stuff done now, which isn't gonna be much. We're going to Port Sandoria so we can pick up our next login campaign item, which I haven't exactly decided which one I want yet. I'm going to get something tonight. It's probably going to be another trust cipher because got to catch them all. Might have enough for 2. Let's see what they got. A bunch of them I think I might have. I really want a Heartstopper to go with my mannequin. Really want 2 Heartstoppers to go with my mannequin, but yeah, you already got Ulugor, I think. No, I don't think you picked up Ulugor. I know you picked up Uka. Got Star Sybil. Pretty sure we have Lay. Lay Langavo? Yeah. Most positive. I don't think we have this one. Pretty sure we don't have that one. I'm pretty sure we don't have Ulugor. Check the 1,000 point, just make sure there isn't something like, oh my god, really? Duck ring. Don't need it. Don't need it. Back. We got 2,000 point items. Extra memory. I think these are all pop items. $3,000. This is all good stuff too. It's just, it's not stuff that interests me at the moment because endgame isn't. Oh, heartbeater. If you get 2 heartbeaters, you can send them together to get a cooking one that gives you a skill or a +1 cooking thing. I know. They'll bring it back. Lord only knows the next time we get our chance to get 2 Heartstoppers is probably the only time. Oh, decisions. It's not like this is the only time that you can do it, too. There's going to be more points that you get for logging in every day. I'm just double checking to make sure I don't already have Ulugor. Yeah, it would be right in here with the other 3. So let's pick up Ulugor. Check the exchange points. Yep. 500 point item. Got Mr. Ulugor. And then Huyin's alter ego. Alright, that's done. And now we're out of login points. Just the way it should be. So traveling to another home point in the current region of southern Sandoria. No, not that one. The Moghouse one. There we go. We're gonna trade in our ciphers to clear up some more auction house, some more bag space, and then we're gonna run to a vendor and sell off more crap. And then we're going to actually get to the title of tonight's broadcast, which is Wings of the Goddess Missions. An hour into the broadcast. But that's Final Fantasy XI for you. Everything takes 2 to 3 hours just to get started. If you don't know what you're doing. Anyway, you didn't need to talk to him, you just need to trade him. Oh, this one's got Uligor on it. And I'm curious if it's Uligor as the human or the big Cosp looking skeleton thing, because that would be awesome. Especially if you're like on Dark Knight or something. Next one, Nashmira 2, which is funny because I just got Nashmira 1. I think I got Nashmira 1 after I got Nashmira 2. I don't understand why it fades to black so long as it does, but no, I don't want to talk to you. I want to trade you stuff. Alright, that works. Click. This should be the last one. 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1, 6 1,000, 7 1,000. Alright. Just check, make sure it's all there. At the very bottom, Nashmira 2, Uligor, and Kuyan Hathenna. I'm not familiar with the name. She's probably with the last or latest expansion, which would have been called, pulling a blank here. This is embarrassing. Damn it. Having to cheat again. Alduin. It's grayed out because I'm on the Xbox 360. I haven't picked up the disc yet. I had it in my Amazon cart. I was going to purchase it and install it, and it was around that time that Square Enix announced that they were going to discontinue support for the Xbox 360 version in March. That was practically a year's notice, and this is how cheap I am. No, I'm not going to purchase the disc. I have it installed on the PC. I've actually bought it when it was on sale from Square Enix during one of their Adventure Appreciation deals. And I've got it for all 3 accounts. I only have it installed on one computer because ever since Trust came out, there's really no need to multi-box. I mean, yeah, there is a need to still multi-box and it serves its purposes, but I don't have that desire to multi-box the way the game is right. Don't fall. Alright, 34,542 sparks. I think it's level 9 books that I need to be saving up for next. I know. View house. Back. Oh yeah, latest. Yeah, it's gonna be 9 that you need. They're gonna be creating a separate place to store your REMS chapters, hopefully on the NPCs. Here comes Misa. Yes. Oh, okay. And items. Chapter 9. There are other ways to get these chapters 6, 7, 8, and 9, I believe. Really, I don't even Like, I don't mind buying the chapters 1 through 5 this way. I'm not going to buy chapter 5 right now. Alright, so that's 2 chapter 9s. I took out 30,000 points. And because I feel like throwing points away, people are going to shake their head at this one. We're going to get a Gobidao key. We're just going to get one. Because the points are capped. And refractive crystal is probably the better buy, or at least it was back when refractive crystals were selling for decent amounts of money. But I like the idea of the Gobidao key. I've gotten some really neat things with it. I got a Bahamut staff. Bahamut staff. Got a Monster Helm +1 relic piece. And then I've gotten also a lot of crap. I've gotten more crap than I've gotten good stuff. Actually, I want to say the first 3 things that you get using the Gobidao are really good, and they do that to lure you in. But it really seems like everything after that's been, you know, here's what you get. A distilled water. Like, really? 15,000 accolades for distilled water. That's awesome. Oh, would you get a look at your special Gobidao key? I guess I can let you open the special dial whenever you want for not a single ounce of daily tally. I'm gonna sing the song. This box is full of mysteries that span the realm's history. So what you gonna get from the chest? Oh, Fortunery. Numerous pumps. I think I know what those are. Okay. I was thinking they were something else. It doesn't scream, oh my god, awesome. But let's see what they look like. Can't really see that, can you? But even from this angle, they don't scream, oh my god, awesome. Just for giggles, let's see how much they sell on the auction house for. Good place it's any for them, I suppose. Alright, that's gonna do sell. Gonna be down here? Let me guess, it's gonna be something that they won't let us sell. Why did I not see the EX rare on that? Alright. Google. Not gonna get distracted again. It's 1 hour into the broadcast and we still haven't started missions. We don't even know which mission we're on. It's an early one. Oh, Cynical on that. We just barely started the Wings of the Goddess missions. We just got far enough into it so that we could do or start the we get the rank ups, campaign battles. I didn't tell you to stop running. Keep running. Bad Pokemon. Just because she's level 99, she doesn't think she has to listen to her trainer anymore. We'll never get to level 100 like that attitude. Anyway, Altana mission. Oh yeah. Back to the beginning. Hideous statues, monstrous beasts, the other world that lies in between. Could this war-torn land you have been thrust into truly be the outskirts of Juno? gonna focus. First, I'm gonna sell off what crap I have left. Seashells and that kind of thing. It's Dark Ring. The man is AFK more than I'm on the game. It doesn't say much. I'm not on the game that much. Holy water for 147. Ooh. Bullets are going to be taking up space for quite a while now, so I'm going to sell 24 of them. Bracelets, Raptor, Ladels, and probably desynth that into something decent, but my skill's not high enough that it can be, it'll probably break, what I'm trying to say. Okay. So that's that. What was the name of that mission again? Back to the beginning. Let's see what Final Fantasy Encyclopedia has to say about Back to the Beginning. Reward, participate in campaign. It can already do that. You only need to follow one nation story to advance in Wings of the Goddess. Okay. So, let's go to... We're gonna do the Sandoria, because Sandoria is awesome, and the other two nations not so much. Gonna head to southern Sandoria S, starting from Battaglia Downs, go into Jugner Forest, into Vonkel Inlet, back to Jugner Forest, into East Ronfar, then to southern Sandoria. Or you can just warp. Talk to Manchelet at I-9 to join the Knights of the Iron Ring. This is your first nation. Complete the quest Steamed Ram. You may now participate in campaign, receive sigil, and change allegiances. Complete the quest Gifts of the Griffin, Claws of the Griffin. Examine one of the 6 cavernous maws outside of Juneau, present or past. A maw examined in the present must be active. Okay, and I'm pretty sure we have not done Gifts of the Griffin. Be under quest, wouldn't it? Current? No current quest. Completed. Okay, Steamed Rams you've done, but not Gifts of the Griffin. So, we're gonna do that one. If it loads. Alright, we need to talk to Luziard? Southern Sandoria at G7. Must have signed up for a campaign nation. Must be level 10. Alright, this looks pretty simple. Mostly talking and running back and forth. Teleportation assistance, Wings of the Goddess, Southern Sandoria. Using tabs, because I'm a cheap bastard. I'm not terribly cheap. When I buy stuff, I spend a pretty penny on it. I don't tend to haggle too much either, especially on the auction house. It's like, if it sold for that much, then I'm going to put that much up there, and sometimes if it goes for more, I'll actually spend a little more. I'm a great tipper, but if the game is asking me for money and the money's just going to disappear, then don't go to anybody. Fuck that, I'd rather walk. Ooh. There's like a null space on the other side of the wall there. Probably pick up another... What was this one called? Sigil! That was it. The Allied Sigil. Regen, refresh, increase metal duration. Nope. Alright, so we need to go and find Luziard at G7. How difficult could it be? Be pretty difficult. Oh, really? It's gonna be like that, eh? Alright. G is gonna be over on that side. Probably gonna be by Westgate. I remember when the trailer came out, it gave me goosebumps. But there's a reason. Other than I'm just a nerd. In the movie The Crow, I'm forgetting the name at the moment. There was Tintin, there was Fun Boy, T-Bird. His opening line was something along the lines of, they say Lake Erie caught on fire once. God, what I wouldn't have given to see that. And then they set the place on fire. Here's Luziard. Back in the olden turn of the games, I think back was still doing Chains of Promathia expansion. One of my random mistells would be, they say during the Great War, the Windurst caught on fire. God, what I wouldn't have given to see that. And yeah, in the trailer they showed Windurst on fire, and I was all like, yes! You don't actually get to see it happen before you show up. But still. This is Watchdog Alley. Have you come to view the orc prisoner? Oh, look, they left the door open. He's right over there. The royal knights cut the fiend and threw him in a cage as a warning to his foul brethren. Doesn't look like he's in a cage. Okay, now he's in a cage. Probably forgot to lock the door. This orc appears to speak our language surprisingly well. You may approach if you wish. Only good orc, the dead orc, especially when they can speak our language. Blast. Someone's coming. But wait! We're not done here. Darviel? Orc should have a deeper voice coming from the diaphragm. I don't know if I can get that deep though. Yeah, hello, kind stranger. Listen to my tale, if it pleases you. I'll say night night to Otika. I understand that you may be loath to believe one in my situation, but I am, in actual fact, an Elvon, a descendant of House Archiot. I know I mispronounced that. This unlovely form is the result of a witch's curse. Seems legit. Pull this out of my ass. Behold this signet ring. It bears the coat of arms of House Archiot, and it is all that I retain of my identity. The symbol of a unicorn adorns the ring. The temple knight here before you was the merciful Sir Darviel. He chose to believe my tale. He also chose to leave me with a ring of keys, including the one to this cage. Without a thought for his own position, Sir Darviel is graciously allowing me one last look at the faces of my beloved family. I could not let fear make a mockery of his generosity. Yet when I stretched out a hand to work the lock of the outside of the cage, I was stymied. These cursed orc arms are as thick as table hams. I could not fit my limbs through the bars. Ugh. You just might be, Elvon. I promise not to flee. Will you not open the cage in my stead? Nice try. My dear wife and doting child abide in my estate. If I might peek... Oh dear. If I peek in something shadows, I must see my family once more while my heart yet beats. Nice try. You did this all night. My dear wife and doting child abide in my estate. If I might peek in, if only from the shadows, I must see my family once more while my heart yet beats. Well, then, give me the keys then. Quick, while no one's looking. Thank you. I shall return the keys myself. I cannot have the guards believing you aided in my escape. Now I must away before the alarm is raised. Put these keys back in my ass. Nope, pulled something else out of my ass. Oh, no, he warped. Oh, I bet that was prison powder. Blessed child of Altana, if only I could meet you as my true self. And where'd that orc go? Have a nice conversation with our orcish guest. Where did he learn to speak so eloquently, I wonder? Elves. Snappy dressers. Stupid people. Alright, let's start the quest. No, not yet. Alright, if I remember correctly, you have to zone out. And then zone back in. And I'm gonna... Y'all might like it. I find it distracting, especially when we're trying to read cutscene stuff. But, these campaign messages, I'm gonna turn them off. If I can find it. Campaign related data. There we go. Off. And tell message deemed as spam, because we don't need that anymore. And shout and yell message deemed as spam. Not that. I really don't think there's any more guild sellers in the game. I mean, I'm sure there are, but probably difficult to maintain even 1 or 2 guild sellers per server. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's probably still very lucrative. Okay. You're not the one I needed to talk to. You are. Yes, I'd like to brave the wilds of East Ronfar. Even in the past, East Ronfar's no joke. You get your butt kicked if you don't know what you're doing. Well, like less than level 10 and don't know what you're doing. Running back in. Oh, don't freeze. Can do it. Almost there. We're nowhere near there. It's gonna be sad, but one of these days it's not gonna freeze up, and of course I'm gonna be distracted with something and not notice. One has to wonder, is this the same Rongaloots that is part of the Sentinels, Salihine Sentinels. And this one here. I think they look the same. Of course, you can't. I don't know why you can't call them forth here. Well, because the orcs can't come in and attack here yet. Oh well. Again, distract myself. Probably is the same. I mean, if it's the same character model and it's got the same name, then probably the same dude, even though he's got to be like 20 years older. And I don't think the Elven in this game, you know, have the long life that other Elvens have. It's like, hey, that orc you were talking to yesterday, he's missing. That chatty orc has escaped. But not before releasing all the other prisoners. I should have been more prepared for this. But not before releasing all the other prisoners. There is evidence at the scene that the orc was supplied with a pinch of prism powder. We have a traitor in our midst. The escape was noticed after the changing of the guard. Could this have happened during my watch? We have every able-bodied temple knight available assigned to search, but... Oh dear. It's Examil. I can't do a kid's voice. I'm not going to try to do a kid's voice. I'll just do my regular squeaky voice. If the knights choose to do nothing, then the young griffins will take matters into their own hands. Wow, that looks like Examil. Alphanamil. Examil. Leave military matters to your elders. Now, return home and cease this unseemly conduct. That is your answer to everything, father. It is the same tired answer you gave when... Examil! Oh, yeah, it was another kid. Shouldn't have done that voice. Rahal! Oh, he's so cute. What is afoot? Bistalot's work is complete. I don't know Bistalot's name. He probably doesn't survive the Crystal War. Truly? Yes. We must make haste to the meeting place. If that's alright with you, Dad. It shall be the young griffins who end this war. The elders of this kingdom couldn't be trusted to lace their own boots. Who is that, you ask? That, my friend, is Count Alphonmil M. Arshiot. Maybe? A royal knight and lord of the territory of Norvalin. I have only myself to blame for the behavior of my son and heir. It's okay. He becomes badass. Ever since the incident with the Bloodwing horde enclosed the capital in their merciless grip, the streets have grown increasingly dangerous. Our high-ranking knights are being targeted by Tonberry assassins, while General Mushand of the Temple Knights was slain not 3 days ago. And now we have this incident with prisoners running free. The security of Sandoria is compromised. We must all be on our guard. But we keep opening the portcullis. And closing the portcullis. The Count has not had time to rest since the Battle of Jugner. If he had but mobilized a larger force during that battle, the Knights of Norvalin might still be with us today. And with the loss of General Mushan, Count Osha will have a hard time coordinating the actions of the Royal and Temple Knights. It also appears we face a cunning adversary in the Orcs, if that prisoner break is truly of their making. Perhaps the young Griffins will become our last bastion of hope after all. I jest, of course. Who are the young Griffins? Ah, merely a name those enthusiastic youths have given to themselves. They employ the small courtyard further into the Watchdog Alley as a meeting place. I hear they don't appreciate intrusions into their territory. Alright, so... that's going to be our cue. Apologize. I brewed a cup of coffee so that I wouldn't be yawning. But, yeah, I think I'm gonna be yawning. I'm just tired. It's Selfie! I wonder what Selfie has for sale. Friends to the End. Name of the hurling show. What about Kieran's Pole? I've got one of those. Yutsu Box, Forgotten Step, Mold Bloom Sheet, Forgotten Touch, and Forgotten Journey. Those are, I don't know if those are a little higher or not, but. Alright, if I remember correctly, it is Roland that we speak to. Hold there. Hold where you are, intruder. This is the territory of the young griffins. State your business or be gone. Hi, hi. Do you mind, Roland? You're awfully loud, and it's very hard to concentrate. That dude's voice would be better with the gamer nerd from Simpsons. Not that I... Wow. Octopussy. I don't think the GMs ban people's names anymore. Now, if I push this while twisting that, can't be that difficult. Orcs man it all the times. The captain... Sorry, that caught me off guard. The captain and lieutenant have returned. Young griffins, fall in. Captain Examil, Lieutenant Rahal, welcome back from your mission. At ease, Sentinel Roland. Engineer Bistilot. Some quiet, if you please, Captain. Come out of there and let's see this. Examil? What is it? We have an intruder. Hi. Why is there an elder here? Sentinel Roland, you have not forgotten the third rule, I trust? No, sir. The third rule of the Young Griffins Charter states that no elder may be permitted entrance into our territory. Then why have you been remiss in your duty? Yeah. Roland. You there! I know not your business here, but you are trespassing on young Griffin land. Be gone at once. Ran away. Captain Examil. Now what? Royal Squire Altenia approaches. Well, well. We're all playing nicely together. Your vigilance is to be commended, Sentinel Roland. You honor me, Squire Altenia. That's always good, isn't it? Hello. Is this a new member of your merry band, Examil? This cad? Most certainly not. She is trespassing in our territory. Is that so? Greetings. I am Altenia of House Borel, a royal squire. And you are? I'm Cyndaquil. A pleasure to meet you, Cyndaquil. Squire Altenia, please interrogate the intruder elsewhere. Very well. No need to pull rank, Captain. Shall we speak where we shan't disturb our brave young knights? It appears some matter weighs heavily on your mind. Let the War Council come to order. You were taken in by an orc's trickery and aided in his escape? Yeah, I would have never admitted that to anyone. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. I find myself inclined to believe you. No one could invent such an unlikely tale. An orc bearing a unicorn signet ring and claiming to belong to House Alshot? And then there's the matter of Temple Knight Darville and his Ring of Keys. But how could this orc have the signet ring of House Orsha? Because he stole it off of a dead elven. It is carried on the person of Count Alphonamil at all times. And why would Sir Darville? I think I have an idea. Would you listen to my request, Cyndaquil? I want you to act as a guardian for these children. With all the strange happenings about the city these days, I fear for their safety. I would prefer to shoulder that responsibility myself, but my duties keep me busy. In return, I shall keep your part in the prison break just between you and me. That's convenient. Young Griffins, I told Cyndaquil you would allow her to join your order. You what? Squire Altenia, this was not discussed. I shan't allow it. I support your decision, Captain Examil. As do I. This flies in the face of everything for which the young Griffins stand. We are unanimous. The risk of embracing an untested stranger into our order are astro fish push. Now stop being so unfriendly and welcome your new member. Now, I must return to my post. I do not want to hear of any bickering while I am gone. You cannot do this! Take this intruder with you! What do we do, Captain? Engineer Bistolo? Is your project truly complete? Yes, Captain. I had to leave some of the finer details to an expert, but now I think about it, the construction should not have been so complicated. The shell, to start with, all I wanted to know was if it was finished or not. I know, Captain. I was merely testing your patience. You'll find the plumes d'or inside that box. Excellent. Damn. Really wrong with my voice tonight. Intruder, Cyndaquil. I've devised a way to test your suitability for the young Griffins. Are you sure about this, Captain? Positive. If this new recruit can follow my orders to the letter, I may just find a place for her at the next council meeting. Listen up, recruit. I have a task for you. You are to distribute these plumes d'or to the elders we name. They are simply good luck charms. Sentinel Roland, read aloud the names of our targets. Sir, yes, sir. Ahem. The targets are as follows. Count Amphimil M. Alshot of the Royal Knights. However, he is quite busy, so it is permitted to leave his charm with City Guard Luziard. Continuing on, Iron Ram Captain Rougelunce in Dustald. Who that is? Royal Knight Sabilont. Royal Guard Lieutenant Jesus Christ. Filialole. He is on field duty, but can be reached through the Royal Knight Machionege. Temple Knight Darville. Out of the city, then you are to leave it with Temple Knight Loyally. And lastly, Temple Knight Elnonde and Temple Knight Ilius. 7 elders in total. You heard him, recruit. Deliver those charms on the double. Okay, they're laughing out loud about something. Let's do that. There's Luziard. Machionege is behind you. I wonder if you just talk to him or if you have to actually trade the item. It's been that long. There's the Plume Lior, so you probably need to actually trade it to him. Does that mean we can make a trade macro? I don't think any had imagined that the scattered beastmen would conspire to align with one another, and then to organize an offensive. Of all things, there must be a great and evil charisma at work. Guess I don't need a Geordie's asset anymore. This charm is to be delivered to Lieutenant Filioli. I shall hold on to it until he returns from the battlefield. Alright. That's one. This is that point that y'all are saying you really should have gone as thief, especially with all the running around that's going to be necessary. Yeah, you would be right, but you know, Monk just looks so much sexier. Hey, if you let all the prisoners out, who's that? You wish me to hand this to Count Ashiot? Very well. The captain of the Young Griffins must worry for his father's safety. An orcish captive. This should take me back to the Young Griffins. Yep. Yeah, I believe this was one of the names that we were supposed to go after. So, let's go after it. If even Dancer would be faster. Maybe. Maybe not. I had blissfully forgotten about this quest. Not that it's that awful. What's your name? Alright, Mansheet. Okay. Apparently he wasn't one of the people I was supposed to talk to. This dude definitely was. A good luck charm for the Young Griffins. I need nothing more than my sword arm to protect me from harm. And you can pass that on to those impudent young maggots. I suppose it was offered in good faith. I shall take it. He's so French. I really thought Mansheet was on the list, but Tablion was. Trek. He lives in the Chocobo stables. Which means he probably smells like a bird. It smells worse than a bird. I think this was one of them. Oh. Next question is, what happened to the Chocobo stables? Not here. A charm from the young griffins? Splendid! I shall wear it into battle with pride. Send my thanks to those thoughtful lads. Alright. No, 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 no. Yard we already spoke to. That's the one that's up with the letter L. Oh crap, it's gonna be up there. Why can't they all be on ground level? Oh well, not the end of the world. At least I know how to get up there. Unless they changed it. Alright, you can see it. You'll notice the little blue icon on my mini-map is now behind me. You weren't one of the ones I needed? No. Oh, Monday. Yay! Oh, what a pretty feather. And this is for Sardivio, you say? He will be thrilled, I am sure. No, you won't. Oh, I haven't been in war. I would imagine the little things take on bigger meanings. Monday. Ilius. That name sounds familiar. I think that's one of them. That's in the other direction. That may be the one. Get off the wall. Everybody want? Nope. Machionage. That's the one you're looking for, I think. Yard. Everybody want? Machionage. Definitely not machionage that we're looking at. So, white scan again. Stop checking that one, and we're gonna be looking for machionage. Where's you're gonna be like, that was the first one you talked to, noob. Right. That's not it. Okay, just go a little bit further. Oh, oh, Euro. There's an easier fix for this, you know. Alright. See, Machonate, that was the first one that you went to, just like you thought. Okay, so... Yeah, you got Luziard, I know that. And you got Captain Rogenuts, you got Royal Knight Stabliont, Royal Guard Lieutenant Filiolays, whom he is on field duty but can be reached through Royal Knight Machonate. Got him Temple Knight Darviel out of the city, and you were to leave it with Temple Knight Loyally. And at that. So it's Ilius, but that still leaves you with an extra Plume d'Or, right? Right? Alright. Harry is quite busy, so it is permitted to leave his charm to City Guard Luziard. Done that. Continuing on, Iron Ram Captain Rogelont in Distald. Got him. Royal Knight Sablion. Did you get Sablion? So, really positive. Did. Alright, we'll go after Eloise. Then we'll look for Sabliont again. The young Griffin sent you. Ah, I see. A gesture of support from one knightly order to another. The Temple Knights must strive to meet their high expectations. Alright. Map. What skin? We are looking for a dude with the name Sabliont. Yeah, he was the one by the Chocobo stables. It raid him thing, didn't you? It would be down here. Yeah. Arm. Yep. I did that. Oceanette. Manchionage, that's 1. Luziard is 2. Rongelutz is 3. Sabliont is 4. Loyally is 5. And Ilios is 6. Okay, so, going back here now. Targets are as follow. Captain Alphonse M. Hochel of the Royal Knights. However, he is quite busy, so it is permitted for you to leave his charm of City Guard, Luziard. Continuing on, Iron Ram Captain Rogelund in Distod. Royal Knight Captain Sabliont. He's with the Chocobos. Royal Guard Lieutenant Filiolays. He is on field duty, but can be reached through the Royal Knight Machionage, who's over off to the far left of town. Temple Knight Darviel out of the city, then you are to leave it with Temple Knight Lillet. She's the one standing on top of the wall. And lastly, Temple Knight El Nonde and Temple... That's where you messed up. El Nonde. You know where El Nonde is. It's because they said both the name in the same sentence. That's why I kept overlooking it. Batman would have slapped himself in the face. I should be slapping myself. But, oh well. Because I saw this one, and I was like, oh, is that one? I don't think that's one. It doesn't sound familiar. From the Young Griffins. What a compassionate gesture. May Altana watch over their gentle hearts. dot dot. A sense of foreboding. Quest. Current. Alright. The young griffins have made good luck charms for their elders. Deliver the charms as your first duty to the order. Alright, so now we're running back. And we should pick up another quest. Maybe. Time to take Tylenol. Take ibuprofen? Okay. Probably gotta talk to Roland. Be my guess. Oh, talking to myself. Yep. Cutscene time. How fares your mission? I shall stand fast until Captain Examil arrives. Seems way too happy. Is everyone assembled? And what of the recruit? So you completed your mission? Very well, Cynical. You have earned the right to attend our next council meeting. As much as I loathe this decision, a knight's word is his honor. And this is from Squire Altenia. I know not its use. Look at the boots, isn't it? Attention! The next war council will take place here at the usual time. Dismissed! Oh, I got a death stone. Should come in handy. The war council will take place here on the morrow. No, please don't tell me we have to wait a game day. I have to wait a game. Okay, Claws of the Griffin. You must wait until the next medieval day after completing Gifts of the Griffin to continue. I gotta talk to Roland for a cutscene. Bugger. Well, I remember back when it was all, you know, maybe we should take a day off before doing more missions just to cool off and recharge and that kind of thing. And I was like, no. There's going to be plenty of time waiting for missions so that you can get to cool off and spin your wheels some. So what are we going to do? Let's see. I have an idea. Y'all tell me if it's a terrible idea. Hey, look, it's Fenrir. Oh. Tomes? I want a Fenrir. Okay, we got some cosmic designs and we got a puny planet kit. What do we do with them? One other thing that goes with them. Damn it. That's not what I wanted to do. Go back. And a new tab. Click that. Not. Puny planet kit. Celestial Globe, which is a rare item. By 3, big. Alright. Fundraise Festival 2011. Coastal Cosmic Designs, I think you have. Yep. Comet Fragment, that is what you're missing. Where do you get that? Obtained by completing one of the 3 nation minigames on hard mode. Okay. To activate hard mode, you just have to be wearing the dress, I believe, that you picked up earlier. So we're gonna go back to Sandy. Teleportation. Original release areas. Northern Zandoria. Using tabs. So, for the next half hour or so, this is just basically going to be, think of it as an intermission. Because we're waiting for, it to do the next quest. We'll be pretty close to a half hour exactly, because it's not even midday. That's the wrong way. We can do it this way too. Flux 360 freezing up for you. Come on, unfreeze. Travel into another home point in the current region of Northern Zandoria by the Mog House. Please. We need a dress. We have a dress. In the Mog House. Okay, well that's loading. I'm gonna look up one thing real fast here. Waiting for the game to do its freeze thing. Alright. Southern Zandoria is still afire. Just bring stuff here. So, gotta undress a mannequin. If this offends you, turn away now. If it excites you, you're weird. Layout. Thank you. Whip. Football. Are you sure you want to strip your mannequin naked? Yes. Alright, so now view house be under storage. You need it still at the bottom, but it's not. Close to the bottom. Like that. 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 Alright, so gotta put on the boots and the skirt and the gloves, the jabot, and the flower. And voila. And we're a pretty little monk. Alright, Southern Sandora. We're gonna do Discerning Eye. We have to speak to... I already forgot her name. Get her name. Excuse me, Estilifar. Or Estilifere. Whip. No real reason to have Yipple equipped. Did you already pass? Hope not. I would imagine it'd be by one of the entrances or town or, you know, not over here. I'm surprised it's not over by the Moogle, to be honest. Ah. I see her. It wasn't a she after all. It's a man. Hi there. Welcome to the Spot the Difference. Wow, you sure do look good in that outfit. Why don't you try playing the game in hard mode? Learn how to play. Check current high score. Try hard mode and nothing. It costs 10 gil to play. Think I have enough money for that. Cheers. Either they're going to be running at different speeds, they're going to have different weapons. Nope. Huh. Different. All right. Too bad you spotted two differences. Please come again. You have to spot quite a few more than that, isn't it? Alright, the first scene is two elven female walking using emotes. Either the walking speed, turning, or emote will vary. Okay. The second scene will have four elven males who do the emote hooray in pairs. One pair will have different weapons. Third, we'll have 6 Tarotara who run towards you in pairs, like the pair that have different hair colors. The fourth will have 2 human male wearing armor. The camera pans up and you must spot the armor piece that varies. It can be the feet, hands, or hat. The fifth will have a large group of varied races. The ones that are in matching poses will be pairs. You need to spot for one shaking his or her head. Okay, so the sixth has 2 posts. The sixth has 2 posts with pairs of Tarotara running past the post to the left and right. Each of the pair consists of one Tarotara with blonde hair, the other with red. When the identical Tarotaras are facing each other, hit the button. Alright. Now I got this. Learn how to play. Try hard mode. Play. It's good. Turning. What's different? Different weapons. Different hair colors. Different shoes. She shook her head. But damn it, I was too slow. Oh no, I'm afraid. Oh, really? Wow. Alright. Try hard mode. Running at different speeds. Looks like the same weapon. And this is going to be different weapons. That really looks like... Alright. Alright, don't get angry. You know, I should try it on easy mode first. Fuck that. Sorry. Lay. Cheers. At least it's only 10 gil. Same speed. Turning same. Different emotes. Like the same sword. Means this next one has to be different swords. Doesn't look like different swords. Same hair. Different hair. That was different hair. Same speed, different turns. Like the same sword. That one's different. Right? Same hair, different hair. Same boots, same gloves, different hat. Nod, shake. Nope. Nope. Yep. Yep. Same sword. Now. Uh-huh. Nod. Nod. Shake. There we go. One's the one that takes too long. Good job, you spotted 13 differences. Just when I thought the day couldn't get any warmer, you come and turn the heat up to sizzling. Dude. Dude. That's Grampy, Grandpa. Here's your hard-earned prize, adventurer. May it always keep you cool. Comic fragment. Alright. We have an earth crystal on us? Nope. We have one in storage. Now, if I blow this up, and there's a chance I will, I hope I don't, but if I do, we may have to cut the broadcast off early. Alright. It is Earth Day, and we are facing south, and I have no idea what kind of scent this is. What I read on the wiki doesn't show that it's part of any, but we'll find out. Alright, we got a celestial glow with a gentle shake. Yeah. With a gentle shake, this exquisite crystal orb twinkles with the light of innumerable stars. Well, didn't waste 30 minutes of our time. But it does beg the question, what are we going to do now? Well, got some white butterflies. We should look into what's necessary to turn that into a thing. I would change the equipment now, but yeah. I'm wearing more than this too, which is what's there's the brown belt. Okay, there's everything else. Equipment. Come on. You can load. Alright, so back in the storage, yeah. U-house, storage. Scarlet flower. Scarlet jabot. Scarlet gloves. Scarlet skirt. Scarlet boots. We need to put the deal in there as well. Fish oil rose courier carry. Google guard ring, which I don't think you'll ever use. There's only 5 charges. This you can toss. Easily pull another if you absolutely need it. I don't think you ever will. Don't you have any kindred seal? Oh, we got refractor crystals in here, so let's shove that in there. I'm just checking to see what I can combine. I won't be staring at this for too long. I hope. Bring stuff in there. You do have kindred seals, so let's combine that. That. That, 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 that. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Thinking to myself. Shouldn't be doing that. Be doing this. Whip. Flower. Elevate the jabot. The gloves. That's not naked. Right, skirt. And finally the boots. Alright. Layout. Save. Hopefully it's not huge. It's pretty huge. Wow. Alright, that was always a fear. want to stick it in a corner, you know? Well, at least it sparkles. Is it moving? It may be moving ever so slightly. Can't really tell. But I think it just sparkles. It's huge. Not the biggest thing in the mug house, but yeah. Alright, so that wasted much time. We still got a few minutes left. Go some more gold fishing points. I guess we should. We'll, select an area to exit to northern should work. No. This one. It's everyone's favorite music. Old fishing basket with the super scoops. You lost 10 super scoops. This could have been worse. Go with the ladies you cut. This was a long way. Original release. West Run for using tabs. By the time we get out to Knightsville to actually start fishing, it'll be time to turn around and run back. But hey, if you get 2 points, it all adds up. While we're out, see what Ulgor looks like. Big ugly guy. Adventurer? Ooh. Who needs adventure? With my dark magic, I will rid Vanadil of silly adventurers once and for all. Oh, little itty bitty one. Okay, let's see what Uka has to say. It's you, evil demon king Ulagor. Your evil plans stop here. Moon or two. Alright. Work. So, fish. How's me feeling? Any ibuprofen or anything?
Okay.
Would help a little bit. I have a new wacky friend. See the big giant skeleton looking down at me. Super scoop failed. Yeah, only when you're fishing, so that doesn't interfere. Happens with player characters too, if I remember correctly. Yeah, fever breaking. And it's a sinus infection. You had sinus problems? There has been a flu going around. Or scale. And I'm at, ooh, yes. No, it's pretty ugly. I mean, back in the 75 days, there was a Notorious Monster film that drops some really good monk gloves. It's basically like the those red ones that Dent had, but without all the minus stuff on it. Can't remember names at the moment. But he charms players. Which in the end of the world, you can always put the player to sleep once he's been charmed. But if you don't have someone to sleep, then it could get bad. Yay, tiny goldfish. Graceful, Mrs. D. You okay? So we're just wasting time until the next Banadil day so we can continue on with the quest. I'm never gonna get the fat, juicy goldfish. The black bubbly guy? I think those are just for points. But for the goldfish bowl, I think you need one black bubbly eye and then one of the other large ones. Among with some glass and sand and some other stuff. Just like that. I have a buff. I'm not sure what it's from. Probably from the Mithra Kid, would be my guess. Fat juicy goldfish approaches? Do the effects of geomancy, accuracy is enhanced. Oh, okay. So just by having the Mithra Kid in the area, bonus to accuracy. Probably doesn't do anything else. Fail. I got Corsair to level 75. Yeah. Next up is Scholar. That'll be the last job. Scholar?
Way after.
And, trying to find the best way to describe it. I mean, it's like Red Mage in the fact that it can do both black and white magics, but you have to use an ability to unlock it. Like you use an ability and you can do white mage spells, and then you use a different ability and you can do black mage spells. You just can't cast them on the fly, but you also get other spells that I think are scholar specific. Like you can change the weather around you. Yeah, that was Glory's thing, and he was on Scholar, and he was be wearing the dust boots, which give you a plus movement speed in dusty weather. He would just continually cast the Earth Weather spell, so he could have his movement speed. Alright. I think this will be the last one. And we gotta get back to the quest, since it'll be a different Vanadil day. Tiny goldfish. Not what I was going after, but... Oh, and I got to make that item I was telling you about, the Celestial Globe. It's huge. It's like bigger than my Taru mannequins. And it sparkles. Well, it's not an aquarium, it's just a globe. Nope, stars. It's like a snow globe. Build manual. Oh, that's not the book I wanted. He's been dead for a long, long time. Well, the way I understood Leech always look like Lich, but they were usually wizards and magic users and stuff that. Because it's nighttime. And it looks a little foggy too. You can see the comet. Probably not any of the stars. Nope. And sometimes you can see the comet. But not tonight. Oops, wrong way. So there was an orc that was locked in a cell, but he could talk. He said he used to be elven, but he was cursed by a witch. And he just wants to be let out of the cell so he could see his wife and kid one last time before he gets put to death. So he asked me to take him out of the cell, and I'm like, no. So he asked again. No. And I asked for a third time, and just, stuck in one of those loops where he's going to keep asking you until you let him out. But he finally let him out and let all his other orc buddies go, and the war council is about to commence. Who taught this kid how to salute? I mean, really. Says parents have too much money. Eyes front. Let the council begin. First, I shall cover the intelligence report compiled by Engineer Bistelot. According to the information we gathered through the link, or through our sources, not the link show, our elders have learned that the Bloodwing Horde is occupying the western half of Italia Downs and are planning an assault on their position. The Bloodwing Horde? Is that not the very same horde that laid siege to our capital? Indeed. This vicious army is led by Dogvedeg. Probably said that wrong. A massive orc, often mounted on a bugger. The Royal Knights barely managed to beat them back from the walls. This orcish commander is considered so dangerous that a plan was devised wherein the Royal Knights and Temple Knights would fall upon the Bloodwings in a united attack. Such an operation could scarce fail. What befell? The operation has yet to be executed. What is the meaning of this, Rahul? Ever since the assassination of General Mouchon, Engineer Bistilio, if you would be so kind. Before the opening of hostilities, many of the knights who supported this operation had fallen prey to a succession of assassinations. This has naturally led to a serious delay in the mobilization of the troops. And now, the first cooperative operation since the start of the war is no longer. Confound it! This is what happens when you leave matters to those squabbling fools. And now this Dogvedeg is roaming unchecked. Then our duty is clear. We shall defeat these fiends ourselves. Tomorrow we march to Battaglia for Operation Clean and Sweep. Captain, in this case, clean and sweep is not entirely accurate. One moment. How in the name of the goddess are the young griffins supposed to triumph over an enemy the Royal Knights fear to tackle without the support of the Temple Knights? Well, Rawl. Yeah. We shall decide that on the field. Screenshot moment right there. Captain Examil, Royal Squire Altiana approaches. Altenia. How fare you, young griffins? It seems Cynical has been accepted into your ranks. I don't even want to talk to her. What befalls? This silence speaks volumes, even if you do not. This better not be some reckless new plan in the making. Your decision to scout out Gigas activity on Garvan Isle was the last straw for my support of your operations. We are planning nothing of the sort. This is more of a clean and sweep. Clean and sweep? Ah, you see, Captain, as I stated before, clean and sweep is not, we need to clean up this territory. This mess is unbefitting of a knightly order. Exactly. What are you waiting for, Griffins? Brooms, rakes. I want this area spotless. That is a relief. I thought for a moment you meant clean and sweep in military terms. Very well. I shall leave you to your most important operation. Keep an eye on them. Phew, that was close. If Altenia knew of our plans, she would shirk her duties just to thwart us. Cyndaquil, be warned that if you so much as entertain the thought of betraying us to Altenia, your place in the Young Griffins is forfeit. Eyes front. Operation Clean and Sweep commences at first light tomorrow. Dismissed. Yay. So now what do we do? Please tell me we don't have to wait another game day. Altania has asked you to watch over the young Griffins as they devise a reckless plan to eliminate the orcish threat. Okay. Alright, after receiving a cutscene, zone out of the area and then go back to Roland. He will inform you that the operation has been moved forward. We're gonna zone into Jugner Force S by East Rongvar to trigger a cutscene done while on Chocobo. Alright. So, gotta zone out. I do wish there was a closer spot to zone out, but oh well. What our current title is? Infernal Mercenary. Not so bad. There goes stifling yawns again. My apologies. Like any true MMO, there's a whole lot of running back and forth. Nah, I need to waste money. Let's talk to this dude. He's like, are you sure you want to go out there? It's really dangerous. I was like, I don't remember if this is the one that has the Mandy's right outside the zone. I know Sword to Baruta does. I don't think there was Mandy's right outside this one though. That would just seem odd. Odd to me. I don't think you see Mandy's on this continent. I'm gonna get a full night's sleep tonight. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be rested. Okay. No promises. Tomorrow night's gonna be Friday night. Fridays we like to do campaign. That's always fun. I don't know about doing campaign for 3 hours, so just for one rank up. Oh, that is now empty. Almost there. I have a message for you from the captain. Operation Clean and Sweep has been moved forward. Rendezvous with the main force in Vitalia Downs. Those are your orders. The main force has likely reached the trails of Jugner Forest by now. I shall remain here and guard the base. Can't trust you to do anything else. That wasn't nice. Anyway, we're gonna see if we can take a chocobo. I don't see why we couldn't take a chocobo, but I'm sure there's a reason why we won't be able to. Turned a little early. If this guy will give me a bird. This one. Nope. There's another NPC I can talk to. Doesn't look like it. Alright. The downside of living off of a freeway. Alright. Oh. Braving the wilds. Ooh, got a campaign battle going on. Can't get distracted with that. I mean, we could, but I'm gonna do my best not to get distracted with that. Or with the Xbox freeze. What if poison? Not poison hand. I'm blank now. I think his name is Poison Hen. Backnag. Might be up. I don't think we're close enough to the tower to get a reading on the widescan yet. Now we can see the tower. Don't like there's any bad guys. But it either just started or it's going to be one of those battles that just a whole lot of stuff never happens. I don't know what that is. Era Drosh. Put it on widescan though. If there is a tree, I crash into it. Alright. I'm gonna fight this thing without any rushed NPCs up. This not on thief. Okay, it's casting paralyze on me. Good news is paralyzed didn't stick. Oh. Didn't even get any XP for that one. But that happens when you just punch random notorious monsters that don't know what they're about. Lots of ladybugs. Should be more careful. I could run into something that actually aggroes at 99. Not that I think there's anything here that poses a threat. This is a shortcut that I can't believe they tore down. Sure, they had their reasons, but still. Alright, so after we go into Juggner S, we need to start heading to I-6. Question mark on a tree stump. Oh, I think I know what that is. Is that gonna spawn a mob? Yeah, I remember that guy. Cyndaquil, and she's in RP mode. Cyndaquil, the plan has gone awry. We were trying to reach Battaglia Downs through the forest, but were set upon by orcs. Eh? Excamale. He was right behind us. We must have been separated. Zogbog, we have you now, little rabbit. Who has who? I shall slay you myself. Careful, the little rabbit has fangs. Fangs I'll be happy to pull. Excuse me a second. I think there's a cat fight going on. Sorry about that. I've got two cats that don't care for each other. Alright, aha, careful, the little rabbit has fangs. Fangs I'll be happy to pull. Rog Vog Hog Zok Vog Zog. Finger Filcher Dradzad says Log Dreg Brook Dog Nog. I think I put an extra syllable in there, but oh well. They followed the others? Well, little rabbit, it's your lucky day. You have only 2 orcs to face. Bodek Drugvik Vok Rugrig. He says he wants to slice your impudent hide into strips for his pet vulture. Looks happy. Well, perhaps not in quite so many words. Vok Brok Greg. Vok Brok Greg. Vok Brok Greg. I'm gonna name my next Pokemon that. You fear not the blade of a child? Don't look like it. Vok Crook. Vok Krek Krek. Something familiar about you. Those eyes. The rest of you, return to Sandoria and fetch reinforcements. Find Squire Altenia. We were ambushed to the east of here. Excamale cannot be far. Alright, so we should summon trusts that are appropriate, methinks. Thanks. So definitely not Excamale Senior. That would be funny. Bad way. But definitely Valenero. Still don't know is male or female. Gamash. Valera would work. Ferris Coffin definitely would. Makov would too, But considering we haven't come across him in the story yet. But I think we just ran out of folks. Yep, did. Alright, so I want to say Lou Makaraka would work. Alright, let's do Mako. The last one on Vanadil's is stay. Yeah. It's got a pretty interesting weapon skill. I'll go on that. I think it'd be more interesting if the whatchamacallit, triple question mark to spawn the bad dude would be quite a bit closer to where you got the cutscene from, but I mean, that being said, it's not terribly far away. Made Jugner rather difficult to navigate this expansion. Yeah, I know I aggroed it. I'm just gonna wait till we get to where we're going and kill all the others that... Well? Yeah, I didn't think it was this far south. Okay, I didn't pull too many. Looks like I did get about 4 of them, though. Looks so angry. And the music was so epic. Alright, I6. So we're in H6. I6 should be really close. I need to go a little bit to your left. Limbridge? Yep. Limbridge. There it is. These guys don't aggro, do they? No, they would aggro by sound. They did. Time to buff up. Buff up. Alright, now we're gonna spawn the dude. Oh, really? Cutscene? It'd be a long cutscene, too. Yeah, look, it's Cyndaquil. Go Crick? Crick? Cyndaquil. Camille. He looks pissed. Rahal. Mule? Yes, those eyes. You are him, only... Yeah! I have found you, Excamil M. Oshiath. Speak not my family name, cur, and I am not yet. Another face I recognize. You are the kind stranger that helped me escape from my cage in Sandoria. You helped an orc escape? My apologies, but after leaving my confinement, I recalled a rather important fact. I was not, in actual fact, one of the barbaric Elvon. I have always been the glib-tongued orc you see before you. Kodak Black. Ah, my friend here is hungry for blood. Perhaps you should dine on this unappetizing fool before we begin on the main course of tender rabbit. Eeg! Alright, now we're gonna pop them. Nope, oh, I thought we were gonna pop them. How many cutscenes can you get? Remember, he wasn't a pushover at 75. But we're not at 75 anymore. And that wasn't necessarily a steamroll either. He survived a couple of hits. He has some HP to him, but yeah. Drodzod, the only blood spilled here was yours. They do say the weak bark more than they bite. Camille, one day I will come for you. I will have my revenge. At least he didn't trip. He just stood there. With that. Oh shit. Oh, you're gonna get it now. Children, are you unharmed? I'll tell you. There may be more orcs lurking in the underbrush. I leave the children in your care, Squire. What is it, Excamil? Looks smooth. Typical Elven. Excamil! Should have known something foolish was afoot. I fear killed my chocobo in my rush across Lathine. What he expects us to do when our elders sit around arguing politics while orcs run rampant. Excamil. If only you knew how much your father, the Count... Not listening to... If only you would have care for your own safety. But I am glad to find you whole and not hanging over some orc's cooking fire. My thanks, Cyndaquil. Who knows what grisly scene may have greeted me if you had not chased after these reckless fools. Cyndaquil! I'll have you know I would have defeated both those fiends without your intervention. And besides, what sort of buffoon is taken in by an orc's promises, however glib? You are easily fooled. But you follow a code of honor, nonetheless. Have yet to gain my full trust, but you are permitted to attend the next war council. In fact, that's an order from your captain. You should feel honored, Cyndaquil. It is rare an elder enjoys such praise from young Excamil. Perhaps it is time you knew more of this child's background. Excamil is bereft of a mother. I know not the finer details, but she was slain by an orc that had infiltrated the capital. It was at a time when his father was absent on military duty. As you can imagine, Excamil has had little respect for the competence of his elders since then. Ah, yes. I also mean to investigate the temple knight you mentioned. From what I have learned so far, this Darviel history has a blemish or two. But aside from all that, how did those boys learn of the orcish host movements? Here, please accept this in payment for your vigilance. I will escort the children back to Sandora. Assuming I am able to catch them. They learned nothing from this ordeal. Hey! You gonna leave me without a chocobo? Thank you again, Cyndaquil. Be on your guard in this forest. Young Griffins, your next operation will be to clean and sweep the Royal Knight's barracks. What did we get? Ooh, an angel stone. Alright, so that should lead us to next mission, right? Next mission should be Kate Sith, but it is technically after 3 hours. So okay. So we'll start that tomorrow night. It looks like there'll be more quests involved. Instead of walking all the way back, it's faster, and we might get a cutscene when we do this. Might not. I don't remember. We'll find out. I don't think we will, because we've been back in our home nation several times tonight. Kind of cutscene. Isn't that right? Sadie doesn't look. Alright, so that's going to be it for tonight. Tomorrow night we're going to hop on to Scholar and start doing our Unity accolades. Something different than our favorite Lara Von Zozo zone. And again, that's just going to be for the first 30 minutes, and then it's going to be back on to Monk. Maybe Thief, but probably Monk. And we're going to, words. Move me now. Yeah, continue on with the Wings of the Goddess missions. Hopefully I won't be brain farting as much tomorrow night as I have been tonight. Sorry about that. But yeah.